All right.
Shalom.
Shalom.
All praise to the Most High God.
That's right.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Shalom to all the Akim. And through these precepts, we're going to get some understanding.
That's right.
All right, we're going to kick it off with Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? We're going to find out.
Because, well, we already know that Esau is the wicked. And his fruit, his descendants are those. Also, even within Israel, we got wicked people also.
That's right.
So, but this lesson we're going to get into is we're getting into the days of the week that our people are following and thinking that they worshiping on Sunday, thinking that that's the last day of the week. Or you got your Seventh Day Evangelists who worship on Saturday, thinking that's the last day of the week. But when you go and you dive into the scriptures and you go down the rabbit hole, because once you get into this thing, it goes deeper and deeper. And how deep you going to get? So we're going
a lot of history.
Yeah.
A lot of history going back. Because Esau has manifested itself in several different kingdoms throughout time.
Right.
And there's many examples of how he set up society to go off, especially for Israel to go off from their heritage. We're gonna get into that.
Okay. Real quick, and let's clarify some things also with the how does the day start? The day starts in the evening. From the evening to the next evening is the day. And real quick, we're going might move a little quick, but this is Genesis 1:5, and the Most High called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So here it is. We know that the day starts in the evening. The evening and the morning was the first day. So from evening to evening is one day. Unlike here in around the
midnight.
World, right? It's the middle of the night. Or they say, oh, the day starts when the sun comes up. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's the Babylonians made up that 24-hour day, 60 minutes, 60 seconds, mark sunset to sunset. And now today, look, we midnight is when the new day starts.
Right.
When in Yahweh's ordinances, the evening, when the sun goes down, that's the first day. So if it was a new moon, sun went down, that's the first day.
Oh, as you mentioned ordinances, so we might as well bring this out also. Genesis 1:14, and the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So we have something we look at, and which is the moon. The moon is a clock. It's letting you know when the new month is coming in. It's letting you know, and you understanding of the moon. You know when the new month starts, and then from there, you count your days from evening to evening, and then you get into your Sabbath, because the Sabbath is going to change every time the new moon comes in.
I got the Sabbath right here in Exodus 20:8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Gave us 6 days to do all our work. Just like he worked 6 days creating everything, then he rested.
That's right.
You know, more similitude for us to understand our form of godliness and not deny the power thereof. From 2 Timothy 3:5, I believe.
Yeah. Because like you said, the Most High, he worked 6 days and rested on the seventh. And the account of it is Genesis 2. We're going to start at 2. And on the seventh day, God ended his work, which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work, which he made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that is, it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. So here's the Most High. He rested on the seventh day. And to give you a count, one more time, back in Genesis 1 and 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So that was the first day. You never heard him say, this is Monday. At the end of the day, oh, I got done, this is Tuesday. And
never days like that. Nowhere in the Bible.
And this is one more, Genesis 1 and 23. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. So here it is. The days were just day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And the only day that was actually mentioning and was given a name was the Sabbath, what he sanctified. I want to jump real quick before we go into the lesson. So we're dealing with and understanding how we're getting into these days of the weeks and how you understand the Sabbath. This is a Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 43, and we're going to start at 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of the feast, a light that decreases in her perfection, because as the moon goes through its progressions, when it wanes, and Gibeah says, if the brothers that are in the truth understand you, when you have the new moon, you watch it go through its phases, quarter moon, half moon, full moon, then it goes back around and comes back again. Verse 8, the month is called after her name, increasingly wonderful in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above shining the firmament of heaven. So here it is, the month is named after the word moon. This is where you get the word moon. I mean, it's like where you get the word month from. It's from the moon. So when you get a new moon, when the moon is completely dark, a circular, that's the beginning of a new month. And from that evening to the next evening, that'd be day 1. And you count those days, and on that seventh day, that seventh evening when the sun sets, is your Sabbath, is the day you rest. But let's
yeah, and on the Gregorian calendar, which we follow here in America, that new moon doesn't fall on the first of the month every month. That's right. So you got to try to figure out where the Sabbath is throughout the month, and it changes every month. So right now, this month,
this would be so-called Saturday.
So-called Saturday.
Saturday evening.
So Friday evening?
Saturday evening.
Saturday evening?
No, Saturday evening. This Saturday evening coming in will be the Sabbath, the Shabbat.
All right.
From Saturday evening to so-called Sunday evening would be the Sabbath, the Shabbat, because the new moon came in last Saturday evening.
Okay.
And you got to understand it, because the new moon might come in at like 4:30 in the morning. Let's give an example. Say the moon came in 4:30 in the morning this evening. Well, early in the morning, but we'd be in Thursday evening, because remember the day starts from the evening to the next evening. So like on the Gregorian calendar, that'd be 4:30 in the morning, Friday morning, but it's really that Thursday evening. So that Thursday evening to Friday evening is that new moon came in. So the next Thursday evening when the sun sets is the Sabbath. But we're going to get into where you get these days of the weeks from.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into it, and hopefully
it's a lot easier if you can mark it out on your calendar yourself, and even work the whole year out. It's very easy. And you can also get apps for it on your phone.
That's right. Then we're going to go into where it all started. The Babylonians. The Babylonians developed a kind of horoscope around 500 BCE, where each day of the week was assigned to one of the classical planets. And what was classical planets? It was the moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter. And this is where the foundation of your 5 days of the week go to. And as different powers came into being, they just took it and put their own spin onto it. If you want to.
So, I mean, jumping forward in the time, I got a little list of some of the weekdays that the Norse had. And they had Monday was named as Monadag, and that means moon day. So, you know, they was doing things in the name of the moon, dedicating that day to the moon. Tuesday, Twizadag, Tyr's Day. And Tyr was a son of Odin, one of the false gods. You can just do a little search on Odin. Very similar to other gods. And Wednesday, Wadnesdag, that was Odin's day, and he was the king of gods, and he had one eye because he traded one in the fable. He traded one of his eyes for all the wisdom. Kind of make you wonder where that eye come from.
How you see your favorite artist and wanna
always with the
one eye showing.
You know,
it's all of this paganism.
As soon as you see that, they've been compromised by this pagan system. Thursday, Burdensdag, that's Thor's day. Friday, Friggadag, Frigg's day, that's the wife of Odin. Kind of make me think of like Ishtar or Nanya kind of situation. Then Saturday, Sunaneth, Saturn's day. Okay, that was Saturn's day. Saturn, Satan, Jupiter's dad. And then Sunday, Sonnen's dag, Sunday, the day of the sun. And it's just a pantheon of Germanic Norse gods that they named every day after for their week and their month. As far as how they set up their year, whatever, I don't know, but it's a lot of worship of false things over here.
Right. Because when you do the history, because it goes back to Emperor Constantine, who established the 7-day work week in the Roman calendar in 321, and designated Sunday and Monday the first 2 days of the week. So this is how now since you have, when you look at the calendar, the first day of the week is Sunday, then it's Monday, and from then and then so on. But like you pointed out, even the days of the week they're in pagan in nature, because even when you're going back to the Greeks did the same thing. Monday was the moon, Tuesday was Mars, Wednesday was Mercury, Thursday was Jupiter, Friday was Venus, Saturday was Saturn, and Sunday was the sun. You had the Greeks did this, and the Greeks turned around, took it, and when the Romans were the same people, just coming with a different spin on it. And fast forward again, here it is more than 2,500, 2,000 years later, whatever, plus, we're still stuck in the same rut, doing the same thing, following the same nonsense. Because why? How did we start off? Job 9:24.
Yep.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So, as you got to understand, from around the 1st century BC, they introduced a system named after the pagan gods, each associated with the classical planets. It's always the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. Was Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes was it 6 and 16?
So our people got to understand. What we're doing and where we're stuck in here is the same thing, and we're just doing this repetitive thing, and our people are caught up in this cycle, and we got to break this cycle. And for those that's understanding who they are and their nationality and who they are, and understanding and knowing the truth, which is the blessing. Praise the Yahweh Shai. If you understand this, you've been given a gift, but a lot of people are still asleep.
Daniel gave us some more warning about the changing up of the times in here in chapter 7, verse 22 out of the book of Daniel. Right. And the 10, or what was it, 7 and 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 that shall arise, and another shall rise after them. And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. Okay? So, back in 1582, that's when Pope Gregory, with his crafty confederation, came up with this Gregorian calendar, because in Psalms 83:3, Israel needs to be cut off from remembrance of its own inheritance and own heritage. And look at the laws of this land, along with the calendar being jacked up. It's like there's really no laws that are, in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Not the Constitution, not set up in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
They might tell you it is, but it's not.
The money don't say in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai we trust. And it's all a lot of fraud and a lot of bureaucratic, complex confusion. It's not complicated, it's hectic.
Right. Because like you said, even the money's not even real. So the money's not real. Everything that you see is not real. And
tender. Legal tender.
Yeah. Oh, just because we're talking about that, this is Genesis 13:2.
Bring it out.
And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. So here it is, our forefather. This is real riches, man. Cattle, silver, and gold. Because when you have livestock and everything, you could, and you own your own land, you can sustain yourself. Silver and gold. America's been off the gold, silver and gold, off the gold currency since 70 something. Yeah, it's backed by oil.
Kennedy was trying to put us back onto the gold reserve, but you see what happened to him, right?
Yeah. No, but that's another lesson.
Yeah. But that petrodollar, and now you look and you see what's going on with this climate change situation that's going on out here. Everybody's really getting geared up to go against using the petrol, right, using the fuels, using plastic. Plastic is a byproduct of making gasoline and other oils from the crude oil from the ground. And a lot of the climate change initiatives, the youth, this weird youth thing going on with 0 hour and all this, that's what this is all geared towards. So, you know what I mean? I'd just like to real quick just continue on at Daniel 7 and 26, okay? When I was talking about, I'll just start at 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And there shall be given into his hand until a times, and the dividing of times. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
God.
Stay strong in it.
Got you.
Stay strong in it, my people, because that's right here in this little chunk. Your times is mixed up. Don't get confused.
Right. And people are like, well, how the times are mixed up? Because we don't even actually know what time we're actually in. Because here it is, with the changing from being underneath the Egyptian rule captivity with their 9-day work week, Babylonians with their so many days work week, and then you're dealing with with Esau. He's got the way he's got it set up. You've got his leap year, and all this other nonsense and craziness. So we actually really don't know what time we're actually in. But we can, and the only thing the Lord Yahshua has given us is to know exactly when the month starts. When to know when the Shabbat, when the Sabbath really is. And right now, this is something we're rehearsing the righteous acts. All right?
As best we can. And that's interesting about how a weekend is called a weekend because you're working all week long, and by the time you get to the weekend, you're weakened.
Right.
You got some energy left, but I mean, you with all of the hustle and bustle of the week, it's like that's not even enough time to get done what you need to get done. While you're not working the land, while you're not working on true substance, you working for that dollar. You know what I mean? The unrighteousness can't continue on forever.
Right. You brought out a good one, the scripture earlier, which was Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, Slakia. Neither shalt thou speak in the cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. But the part was to follow the multitude to do evil, man.
That's right.
Because our people are quick to do evil. They're quick to follow they want to follow all of Esau's judgments and do everything that he tells them you can do. You put your seatbelt on when you go drive, and you do all his laws that he tells you to do. But Yahweh Shem Yahshua tells you, hey, 6 days you work, on the 7th, you try to you rest. He tells you that how you could understand when the month starts, and we out here trying to teach our people, and we get confronted, and they're ready to fight us.
Yeah, right. You will pay your taxes, but you won't identify the proper day that you can actually just go take a rest, man.
And I had the argument with my wife, and I'm trying to explain it to her. I'm like, look, that's Sabbath. Like this Saturday evening, like I tell her, it's a day of rest. It's a day off for you. You don't have to cook.
You don't do nothing.
You don't have to do nothing. Hey, look, make a big salad, stick it in the fridge, buy some turkey meat. We can make a sandwich. You don't have to toast it, some bread, and call it a day. And just relax.
It's easy.
An easy day for you, where you don't have to do nothing. No washing, no cooking, no cleaning.
Yep.
It's a day off.
And for the Akim, if camp is on a Sabbath day, pack you up some sandwiches the day before.
Right. And it's not a bad. And it's a good thing if you're out there doing the work, man.
Yeah.
It's not because it's not work. If you love what you're doing, it's not work. You can't be against this thing when Yahweh Shem Yahshua is called and you're out there doing the work, man.
Because this is not our rest, man. Don't get comfortable in Babylon.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And what we got coming around the corner, the whole holiday season.
The wicked Halloween.
Halloween is the first one. Let me bring out Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. You think Yahweh Shem Yahushai is looking down on everybody and with all of their creativity in the Halloween costumes and the Halloween decorations, and you think he's pleased with that?
No.
How is anybody going to be embracing wickedness and think that they pleasing God? And here you got even churches are doing, trunk or treat. Churches are doing bring the kids in for the Halloween costume contest.
And these men are supposed to be your spiritual leaders, man.
Yeah. All y'all with kids out there, man, it's time to draw the line.
You've got to draw the line.
And it's time to come out of her, my people. What if the firmament cracked? You got there with a basket full of candy wearing a devil mask.
Right.
Okay? Bring an extra change boxers with you.
Oh. Was that on that?
Yeah.
Well, let me. I'm gonna piggyback on that and continue on because, we brought out what we want to do about the days of the week, but the Spirit's just leading us, and we're just gonna keep on going with this. This is Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus says Yahweh: learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. And that's going into this wicked Halloween thing about to come up, and this holiday so-called spirit. Because right after this, that nonsense Halloween, they're gonna be ready for Thanksgiving, and before Thanksgiving even here, it's gonna be ho 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 with Satan.
Satan Claus.
Yeah, Satan Claus in December.
That I don't know. I wasn't in the truth my whole life, but I always knew something was up with Santa Claus, man. Come on. The jolly white red man coming around once a year, giving everybody gifts.
Right.
That's crazy, man. this is a fable, but in older days, the Catholic Church, what they would do is they would go out with the priests on Christmas night or Christmas Eve, so-called Christmas Eve night, and they would go into the children's house, and the parents would let them in. They would go into the rooms of the child, and if they couldn't recite a scripture, they would give that kid a piece of coal. If they could read a scripture, they'd give them a gift or something. But if they couldn't read, they'd give them a piece of coal that kid had to carry around with them for a while. And the hands would be all black, and they had the coal all over them because they had to carry it for a couple of days. But let me ask y'all, who's going to let the church come into your house and come into your child's room these days? All right? Because their wickedness is all being exposed in these last days. Oh, Jeremiah 10.
Yeah, that was Jeremiah 10.
Is that where you jumping into?
That's why I just Jeremiah 10. Because he continues on that. But, because like he's saying, because all of these holidays and what's being taught and what our people been taught, and you understand, from your understanding, you're getting your spiritual leaders in these churches, these harlot houses, you're getting taught by these men that they don't know what's going on. And the Lord, what does the Lord says about that? Micah 3:11. It's like it. I gotta find out. I lost it. Okay, yeah, Micah 3:11. The heads therefore judge for reward, and the priests therefore teach for hire, and the prophets therefore divine for money. Yet will they lean upon Yahweh and say, "Is not the Lord Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us." But you know what? And that's what they do. They teach for money. They tell you, "Yo, it's okay. Go ahead and take your kids trick or treating, like we just saying. You come into church, this and that. Come as you are and do whatever." But what are they teaching you? They're doing this all for money, and they think just because I'm living the lifestyle. I have the big house. The Lord has blessed me, and I don't know evil's gonna come to me. What's the Christian's favorite little line? Highly favored and blessed or whatever, and say whatever. But you know what? Y'all think no wicked's gonna come, no evil's gonna come upon you. But you know what? Lord's got something coming for you, man.
Yep. And the Most High will let you believe your delusion that everything's cool.
Yes.
Okay. Malachi 3:9. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Okay, where's the Levites been to actually bring a real tithe to?
Oh, going into tithing. Tithing was not money. It was the first fruits. Your first fruits, what you bring in, the cattle, the grain, whatever, food that was given to the Levite priest. It wasn't money, man.
For a wave offering.
See how they hijack the truth? All right, you go ahead.
Yeah, it's like he's talking about the rabbit hole, man. We could really just jump off and just keep on continuing on, just like endlessly on this.
Right.
The money, putting the fake money in, and you look at the bankers. What do he say? Let me control the money, and I care not about your laws. That's the truth, man.
That's the truth. Because it's just the same people back in power who set up their own system again with these fake days and set up their
dirty feasts,
dirty, filthy feast days. Set up all their so-called holidays, not holy days, holidays, quarterly. Why? Why do you think your holidays are quarterly? Every 3-4 months there's a holiday. Why? To continue the fluctuation, the flow of that money. Why do you think? Why they say throughout the whole year business are in the red until when? around their so-called Christmas season, and they go and they go into the black. They make their most profits.
Valentine's Day. It's not a heart.
It's a wicked day.
It's not a heart. It's a butt. Don't get no hearts. My heart don't look like that.
No,
passing butts around.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna bring out Deuteronomy 12. Here we gonna wrap this up.
All right.
Deuteronomy 12. These are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land, which the Lord God of thy fathers given thee to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy all the palaces wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their gods, upon the high mountains and upon the hills, and under every green tree. And ye shall overthrow their altars, and break their pillars, and burn their groves with fire. And ye shall hew down the graven images of their gods, and destroy the names of them out of that place. Ye shall do so unto the Lord your God, Yahweh.
That's right.
There is going to be an end to this.
It is. It's got to be an end.
Endure to the end.
That's right.
Okay? With that, we're going to say
Shalom.
Shalom. All praise to the Most High. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.